1978 through 1990. His legacy was defined not only by the offensive numbers he recorded, but also by the manner in which he played the game each and every day. Driven to be the absolute best he could be, Brian played the game with a gritty and selfless style that gained him the respect and admiration of both teammates and Angel fans throughout his career. He joined the Angels as a catcher, later made the switch to the outfield, and eventually settled in as the designated hitter. His offensive numbers served as a bar for others to attain. He remains among the Angels' all-time top 5 leaders in games played, runs scored, hits, total base.
popular trait out here. There was a lot of pressure. 78 was a struggle, but, you know, it came around. Jim Fregosi came in, made me a full-time catcher. I got to catch Nolan Ryan and Frank Tanana, and then the two young pitchers that came with me, Dave Frost and Chris Knapp, had great years in 79, and this team won for the first time, which was really one of the highlights of my life, the night we clinched that here. But then, I think it was 1981, I came to the ballpark one day and I looked to see if I was in the lineup, and I had a 7 behind my name, which means I was in left field. Out of the blue, thank you, Mr. Fregosi. there were a couple of rough moments. I had to learn to play out there. I'd always been a right fielder when I was younger, but it was a little scary, but it kept me in the lineup. And then in 82, the greatest team I ever played on, and it still eats at me to this day that we didn't get the World Series. But that was by far my most fun. And the only
will face tonight Adam Kennedy, a former Angel, will lead things off. Then Rajay Davis, Kurt Suzuki, and Jack Cuss. Look what he has done his last 7 games. Watch out for number 4. Hairston, Sweeney, Ellis, Barton, and Pennington. On the mound for the Angels will be Irvin Santana. He has had 3 straight strong starts, and he is our GMC Truck starting pitcher.
Irvin Santana. Go ahead, Irvin. He's had 3 really nice starts, but the 4 starts have all been good, but he's had 3 quality starts out of those. ERA's down low, especially since the Angels are average turn. His arm slot has been the same, and he's got 3 nice pitches that come out of that arm slot. He's got a good 2-seam running fastball, a nice slider, and a changeup, and he's been bringing all those pitches in from the very first inning. So Irvin wants to just keep him down, try to go as deep as he can in the game, but go ahead and keep his dominance over this Oakland A's team. He's really been dominant. Defending behind him, we're going to show you Juan Rivera's back out there. He had the day off yesterday, and it's going to be Torrey Hunter in center. Morales, Sturris and Ibar get the call. Defending behind him, we're going to show you Juan Rivera's back out there. He had the day off yesterday, and it's going to be Torrey Hunter in center. Morales, Sturris and Ibar get the call. Hickey's been marvelous at third base. The Angels, they're 3rd in the American League in fielding, looking good. Mathis will catch Irvin Santana. He's had the best numbers with Irvin. Beautiful to see Mighty Meister and Sturris back out there at second base. Been very solid fundamental. There's Ibar. Ibar's got skills at middle infield there to turn a lot of double plays this year for the Angels. And starting pitching, that's a big plus.
The Angels come in with a record of 75-50, a 4.5 game lead on Texas because the Rangers won today 7-2 over New York. So Santana wants to do what he normally does against this Oakland team, and that is hammer them. He has been fantastic against the Athletics in his career, a 10-1 record with a 1.35 ERA. First pitch to former Angel Adam Kennedy is in there for strike 1. Kennedy started 2009 as a member of the St. Louis Cardinals, but was released on February 9th, picked up by Tampa Bay. Then the Rays traded into the Athletics on May 8th for Joe Dillon, and he has played well at second base, at shortstop, and at third base for Oakland. A ground ball struck to the second baseman, Meister Sturris, and 1 down. We told you Irvin has that 1.35 ERA. His last start against Oakland, July 16th, same story. He beat the A's 6-2, allowing just 1 run in 8 innings. He's won his last 6 against Oakland.
No, he looks good. Now, he may not have the exact velocity he's had in the past because of the 2 times he's spent on the disabled list this year. It's been really tough for Irvin, but still, he's learning how to pitch at 92, 93, and that's plenty of fastball to get the job done. As I'll show you a little 95. He'll have that early in the game. It's still very, very nice stroke. Very smooth delivery. Angels knew something when they signed him to a 4-year deal in the offseason.
He went through a very rough July in ERA over 7, so maybe like John Lackey, he's feeling it now. His command is getting better, and he has had a wonderful month of August, going 4-0 with a 3.33 earned run average.
Well, another positive sign for Irvin Santana is that throughout his career, he's 28-18 in the second half of the season. So he's been a good, strong finisher, and that's exactly where they want him right now. Angels, hey, the offense have carried him all year. Now it's time for the pitching to step up. Where did that? Oh, there it is. Someone's going to say that's right down the middle.
You were saying a late call. Tim McClellan always has a late call, and Davis is giving him the what for, and McClellan's one of the top umpires in the game.
Yeah, now when he they'll call it way before you see it. Okay, that's right down the middle. That's strike. So he's saying strike 3, and then he shows it a little bit later, but that's okay. We call it a little bit later. That's his style. I don't know what Rajay Davis could be complaining about.
Well, he might go look at the replay and notice that right down the middle with that slider. Santana delivers a fastball, good velocity. He's been 94, 95 miles an hour. Now he's facing Kurt Suzuki, who played at Cal State Fullerton, star there, and sends it out of play. And Santana has himself a 1-1 count with the Athletics catcher.
You know, McClellan, home plate umpire, he's only in his 27th year of umpiring, so he might have a little inexperience. As my tongue is firmly planted in my cheek. He's outstanding, this guy. He's fun. Ouch!
Wow, and Suzuki takes it almost square in the back on a 1-1 fastball, and Suzuki is with a big ouch. There is no bad blood between these two organizations. They respect each other a lot, and they have in the past competed for so many Western titles.
That's the seventh batter Irvin's hit this year. He's trying to come inside. Mathis setting up in there. Got away from him.
The Athletics are rebuilding. They are 55-71 this year. They're 20.5 games back of the Angels. Bob Guerin might be wondering, what was that all about?
Just got away from him early in the game. Along with McClellan, you got Ted Barrett at third base, Greg Gibson's the second base umpire, and Andy Fletcher's the first base umpire. In tonight's ball game,
Rex, as hot as the guy at the plate Jack Cust has been, I don't think Santana wanted anybody on before Jack. Last 7 games, he's 12 for 23 with 4 home runs, and this guy is a dead, streaky hitter. Angel pitchers 3 hit batters in their last 7 hitters faced. Remember, last night Brian Fuentes, trying to close out that Angels victory, hit a couple of batters in the 9th.
Angels got a nice shift on, and Cuss was fooled. Now Jack Cuss, though, in 8 games against the Halos this year, he has a .375 average. So he's been hitting the Angels pretty good here this season. But with that shift over, you see how all the middle infielders, or the 2 middle infielders, are on the right side, and Figgy's the lone fielder on the left, is playing shortstop right now, although he's a third baseman. That's because he hits a lot of ground balls to the right side.
Santana's 0-2 is just barely low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Angels won just 1 of 3 from Detroit recently. They won yesterday 4-2. That snapped a 3-game losing streak. They're the only team in the major leagues not to lose 4 in a row.
If you're going to miss right down there. That was a good spot.
They go away, and wow, Cust even knew that. McClellan didn't even have to make the call physically, and Cust was walking back, and Santana strikes out 2.
Tonight we saw an epic volleyball battle between the men of Westwood and the UCI Anteaters. Let's go to the post-game news conference.
Coach, what did you think of your substitutions tonight?
I'd substitute the barbecue chopped salad for the coleslaw.
Coach, you guys really jumped out of the gym tonight.
Barbecue beans. Next question.
Hey, Coach, what's the first thing you think about after winning a national championship?
Newport Rib Company.
Winning coaches agree. Rib Company. Great game plan.
Tecate Light, a light beer with real cerveza taste, celebrates bold changes. We changed wrestling by bringing back the hero who follows his own rules. We changed language by letting everyone get the message. We even changed fashion by making it our own. And now we're changing light beer with Tecate Light for those who change to real cerveza flavor.
It's not always easy to decide which luxury brand is right for you. You want something that offers beautiful design, outstanding performance, and above all, safety. But of all these luxury brands, only one has earned a 5-star crash safety rating for every single vehicle it makes. Acura, the first and only manufacturer with a full line of 5-star crash safety rated vehicles.
Take advantage of attractive lease rates on the 2009 Acura TL for well-qualified customers.
Angels baseball is brought to you by Howard's, official appliance and flat screen superstores of the Angels. And by Carl's Jr., the teriyaki $6 burger with grilled pineapple back at Carl's Jr. The team store here at the Big A, and of course it is Hall of Fame night. And Angels alums welcoming Chuck Finley and Brian Downing into the Hall of Fame. Here's the AM/PM batting order. Figgins, Abreu, and Torrey Hunter has hit safely in all 8 games since his return and has a 12-game hit streak, the longest of the year. Guerrero, Rivera, Morales, Asturias, Ibar, and Mathis facing the starting pitcher, right-hander Trevor Hill out of Oceanside, California.
Trevor Cahill, he's a kid that's learning. He's in his first big league season. He's got good stuff. He's got potentially going to have a nice future. This year he's been learning a little bit. He's given up 25 home runs, 19 to left-handed batters, 6 to righties. He's got a fastball, slider, changeup. And he's going to go two-seamer and four-seamer with his fastball. He used to throw a big curve, but they found out that curveball wasn't working for him as well this year, so he's kind of eliminated that pitch, although he might show that once in a while, but mainly fastball, slider, change. See him, he's going to go, high 80s, low 90s, a little bit of movement. 277 average against him.
He's facing one of the top leadoff hitters in the game, and Sean Figgins not only batting .308, tremendous on-base percentage of .402, leads the club in walks with 77. Cahill with a good sinking fastball, as Rex talked about, the A's second-round pick, 2006, out of Vista High School in Oceanside, and that barely grazes the low half. Man, that's a good sinker.
Looked good. Figgy doing what he does best. Take pitches, attack starting pitching, and getting on base if he can here.
Outside, ball 4. Figgins walks for the 78th time this year. The Angels ripped off 5 bases yesterday in the 4-2 win over Detroit.
All right, defending behind Trevor Cahill. We're going to see Rondon Davis, good center fielder, covers a lot of ground. Mark Ellis, Cliff Pennington's up the middle. Adam Kennedy, the third baseman. He's one of the reasons the Angels are world champions. Adam Kennedy back in 2002, he played a big part of it. Kurt Suzuki behind the plate. That guy right there, Mark Ellis, he is the second best fielding second baseman in the AL. We just saw the first who left town. That was Polanco from Detroit. Kid Ellis has only aired 3 times this year. Overall, Oakland's 9th in fielding in the league. But this guy right here is one solid second baseman. Makes all the routine plays and makes the tough ones look easy.
Meiser Izturis only 3 errors this year, but he's played second base and shortstop. And shared that role with Howie Kendrick, and time called by Kurt Suzuki as the young pitcher has gone a little wild. Trevor Cahill has 3 straight quality starts against Baltimore, the White Sox, and Detroit. Rex, you're talking about the number of home runs he's allowed, 25 this year, but none in those 3 starts after junking the curveball. So he's 21 years old.
Curveball is a field pitch, a lot like a split finger, and if you're young and you don't feel comfortable with it, don't throw it. You got plenty of time, nice upside. This kid should be around a long time. The Oakland A's put him in the rotation out of necessity. They didn't have anybody else.
Figgins does not go, and Abreu takes ball 3.
The kid could get into some early trouble here if he's having a hard time in the first inning, and a lot of pitchers do that. We see him struggle trying to find yourself, but look at that kid, looks at least 16. I know he's older than that.
Just 5 years older than that, but right now he's pitching like a high school player as he's walked the first 2 batters for the Angels, and it's time for Lexus's Pursuing Perfection.
Why not on Torrey Hunter? Last night, Torrey Hunter checked in after missing 32 games on the disabled list with his first home run since then. He's been hit the ball well. He's got a .318 average, but what a nice swing. Barely got over the wall yesterday, but that was a nice 3-run homer early in the first inning to give starting pitcher yesterday, Joe Saunders, a lead. Now, can he do something here? It's very possible.
Even though the Angels lost 2 of 3, Hunter had a great series against the Tigers, going 7 for 11. He and Sean Figgins each had 7 hits against Detroit. And now Figgins is at second base and Abreu at first base. Strike 1.
Hunter, he's been shooting the ball to the right side a few times. We've seen him lately. Base hits up the middle a lot, which is good. That means that he's waiting longer till the ball gets a little deeper towards Suzuki's glove and the catcher's glove, and he sprays it around. But he likes the middle end for his homers. What power hitter doesn't? And they sit there and wait for the mistake. And a sinker baller like Cahill, he's going to throw that sinker right down in his wheelhouse. Same with Vladdy on deck.
He has Hunter down 0-2, but Cahill not necessarily a strikeout pitcher, just 74 this year in 146 and a third inning. That's a lot of innings thrown by a 21-year-old to pitch in Double-A last year. Cahill in a jam early against the Angels. The Angels, the first place team in the West. Oakland right now dead last behind the Angels, Texas, Seattle. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He has thrown a total of 13 pitches, and only 4 have found that strike zone. The Athletics very concerned about the number of innings their young pitchers, and they're going with 4 rookies right now in Anderson, Cahill, Mazzaro, and Gonzalez. A swing and a miss, and down goes Torrey Hunter. So a big strikeout by Cahill here in the first.
Good slider. Hunter looked back at McClellan and said, "Hey, if I wouldn't have swung, was that a strike?" He says, "Yeah," shook his head. And even if it wasn't a strike, most umpires tell the hitter, "Yeah."
Why is that?
Just because they want to make the hitter feel like they want to make him feel good. Yeah, he swung at a strike.
That's good. Good information. Vladimir Guerrero. They have Figgins picked off, and he is out at second base.
Okay, Trevor Cahill had an idea Figgy might be trying to leave with 2 outs, and he got a little early jump, but Cahill had a good little inside turn there. That'll help keep any halos off the scoreboard, off the plate. Look at Figgy. He's thinking about going, sure enough, and then Cahill almost took too much time. The throw was good, and what was interesting about the throw was that Cahill made that throw off balance. Most time a pitcher throws off balance, that ball's not going to be a good throw. But good job by Cahill.
Yeah, he walks the first 2 guys, then strikes out Hunter, and then picks off Figgins. So instead of 2 on, nobody out, the Angels have 1 on and 2 out. The batter's Vlad Guerrero. Had just 2 hits in that Detroit series, and both were bloop base hits. Takes a high fastball. Big Daddy with 11 home runs and 32 RBIs, again batting over 300. He had a great road trip with a 370 average and 3 home runs. He's cooled off back home. Out of play, 2-1.
Yeah, but Vladdy, he's one of only 3 players in the last 50 years to bat 300 or higher in at least 12 consecutive seasons. The only other 2 hitters in the 50 years has been Rod Carew, who did it 13 seasons, and Tony Gwynn did it 17. Pretty impressive numbers for Big Daddy Vladdy over his career.
And those guys you talked about were not power hitters like Guerrero.
Exactly. You look at their totals for home runs, and there's no way they got the 400 plus that Big Daddy has.
He got 3 on the road trip, numbers 399, 400, 401. A 3-1 count to Guerrero with Juan Rivera waiting on deck. And you can see the man he is with, Lou Gehrig, of 300 plus 25 home runs each of the last 11 years. Abreu goes. A ground ball struck to Adam Kennedy. Throws out Vlad Guerrero. The inning is over for the Angels. They threaten but do not score against Trevor Cahill. Santana back to the hill for inning number 2. Half Moon tonight.
Yeah, you know, we had a rare evening off yesterday after the day game, and me and the kids are outside playing, And I looked up at this moon, and we play I Spy a lot, and I go, look at that full half moon. And my daughter goes, Daddy, a full half moon? What's that mean? I go, it's just another yogiism, sorry. But it's beautiful. Man, is it nice. I meant to say it's a perfect half moon.
Just like you said the other day, a nickel ain't worth a dime anymore. Here is a slider in there to Scott Hairston. We'll see Hairston, Ryan Sweeney, and Mark Ellis.
Irvin Santana looks really smooth. If you watch his windup and his delivery, he's as smooth as silk. There's no jerking there. There's no pausing. Here it is, and he comes out of there, and it's all out of the same arm slot. Now, they've worked with Irvin for a long time, Mike Butcher, on his hip turn, how important that was, and this, in the same time, staying up on top of the ball and releasing every pitch from the same angle.
Pops up Hairston. Mathis back. Does he have room? Yes, he does. Up against the screen, 1 out. Hey, fans, the Angels are having their first ever back by popular demand promotional giveaway night. Tomorrow night, the Angels will be bringing back some of the most popular kids' items from earlier this year. Each 2 to 18-year-old child will be allowed to choose one free item. Tickets for this game are still available in the view level for just $5 and the right field pavilion as low as $10 when using the password SUMMER at angelsbaseball.com or the Angels Stadium ticket window.
What was that date again, Fizz?
That's tomorrow, sir.
Kids get something free? Oh, man, that's
backed by popular demand.
Gotta have that.
Well, here's Ryan Sweeney, 3 for 12 in that Seattle series as the A's swept by the Mariners. That's despite the fact that the M's did not have Ichiro Suzuki, who sat out all 3 games with a left calf problem. Ryan Sweeney, just 24 years old, out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Taken by the White Sox out of high school and then traded to the Athletics. And he rips that one high and deep, and that ball is way out of here.
Sweeney, who's hitting .444 career versus Irvin, found one he liked. First home run he's hit off him, but he was 4 for 9 coming into that at bat, and that was a no-doubter. Gives Trevor Cahill a 1-0 lead. 6th batter of the game, nice easy stroke. He hit it to a deep part of the yard, and that's out of nowhere, basically.
He had just 5 home runs coming in.
Goes to tell you, if you're a hitter, you're looking for a pitch and you get it, most of the time they hit it.
Line drive to Eric Ibar, 2 outs now in the 2nd inning. I will say this, left-handers have a lot better numbers than right-handers against Santana. 100 points higher. Left-handers hitting .348, right-handers just .244, and a lefty just took him deep, 1-0 Oakland.
For the 8th time this year, righties have hit 8 homers as well.
There's a line drive back up the middle past Ibar into center field, so a lefty gets a base hit to center. That's Derek Barton.
Okay, a couple guys guessing fastball, and they're getting it. That pitch Barton didn't want to see anymore. He says, look, I know he's going to come up with a first pitch fastball and be ready for it. Barton's had a tough year. He's been on the disabled list and up and down a little bit. Good looking young hitter. The Oakland A's have struggled as a whole. I mean, on the whole, whatever. Oakland's been giving their pitchers little run support, losing 7 of the last 11 and only scoring 3 runs in 10 of those. So they have a hard time scoring runs. They're down at the bottom of the category in most offensive spots. Bob Guerin's got a lot of patience.
They're last in batting, last in total bases, last in home runs, last in slugging percentage. That's painful, huh?
Well, glad you said it. I didn't want to.
Big slider, swung on and missed. Strike 2 to Cliff Pennington, former first-round pick by the A's in 2005 out of Texas A&M. Finally making it, and they're giving him a chance to be their everyday shortstop. He's back inside with the slider. Nice block by Mathis. No advance by Derek Barton. This is a 4-game series. Tonight the Angels welcome Chuck Finley and Brian Downing into the Halos Hall of Fame. Friday night and Saturday night games with Tomko against Bell and Mazzaro against Weaver. Then Sunday afternoon, Anderson against Lackey. Fastball in there, strike 3 called. All 3 strikeouts by Santana have been looking, but Sweeney takes him deep. Now 4-game series. Ryan Sweeney took Urban Santana deep in the 2nd inning. Now bottom number 2. The Angels have Juan Rivera, Henry Morales, and Meiser Izturis coming up. And here is Juan Rivera taking strike 1.
So Angels players may be saying, okay, we got you right where we want you. You went ahead and took the lead. We'll have to come back for the 39th time then.
Foul. The Angels with 38 comebacks this year, 2nd most in the American League behind the New York Yankees. And there's one of the greatest hitters of all time, Rod Carew, with the Angels general manager, Tony Regans.
Rod Carew, the time he was here as a hitting coach, was outstanding for the whole entire players in the organization. And they're happy to announce that he's back with the organization.
Adam Kennedy throws out Juan Rivera, and fans Friday nights during the summer are great. What's even better is spending them at Angel Stadium. Big Bang Fridays feature exciting Angels baseball followed by a terrific fireworks show, and we're going to have one tomorrow night. Tickets for this game are still available in the view level for just $5, and the right field pavilion as low as $10 when using the password SUMMER at angelsbaseball.com or the Angel Stadium ticket window. Maybe this guy will provide fireworks. Last time he faced Trevor Cahill, he went 3 for 3 and blasted a home run. Cahill has faced the Angels twice, does not have a decision, but has allowed 5 runs in 9 2/3 innings. Morales leads the Angels in home runs and RBIs, 27 home runs. 85 RBIs, 1 more than Bobby Abreu.
Fun to watch this free swinging left-hander. What a great pickup the Angels did. They picked this kid up several years ago, and he's just now making his first season as an everyday player for the Angels. Now, he's been up and down the last few years, and spot starts here and there, but now he's the man. And what he's done is he's gotten attention from everyone in baseball, especially American League pitchers. We've got to face this guy. Dangerous.
Checks his swing on one that rides low. He was one of the great youth league players in Cuba, and then he made the national team at a very young age and hit 4th on the national team at the age of 18. But he kept on trying to defect and finally was successful in coming to the States, then going to the Dominican Republic and signing with the Angels. That is a high fly ball to right field. Ryan Sweeney near the warning track pulls it down for out number 2.
If he hits that ball yesterday, that might be out of the yard.
It was warm yesterday, and it was a hot one today, over 100 degrees in Southern California. Thank goodness it cooled off a little bit. We'll have a day game on Sunday. We've got a 7 o'clock show tomorrow night, 6 o'clock on Saturday, and 12:35 on Sunday. And then the Angels hit the road again for Seattle and KC. Meiser is tourist, strike 1.
Defense of the Oakland A's playing Mighty Meiser straight up. That's the way you play him. He hits the ball where it's pitched.
And he cracks that one foul.
Been a solid contributor this year for Scioscia, and he has in the past, but this year more than any. It just seems like the awareness of Scioscia's players have reached the highest level. They're like, you know what, we got a good thing going here. We feed off each other. We compete with one another. They're having a great time. Excellent clubhouse chemistry. Torrey Hunter's emerged as a great team leader, but also Sean Figgins is taking a leadership role this year for Mike Scioscia. He has guys hitting early in the cage with him. There's Sean Figgins. He brings them over. They all run the bases. They're working on the game for the ultimate goal to win the West, and then go on from there and see what happens. Can't do anything unless they win the West. Scioscia knows that, very aware of it. Forget about anything after that. Just get to that point.
Ultimate goal is to win that world championship, as a high sinking fastball is called by Tim McClellan, the home plate umpire.
You're right. That's the ultimate goal. But you can't get there unless you win the West.
That's the double ultimate then.
Right.
Popped him up. Center field. Rajay Davis makes the catch. The Angels go down quickly and quietly in the second inning with Oakland leading 1-0. Right now, play Jack's Big Rip-Off. Order any large combo and rip the game piece off the cup for a chance to win free food, cool gaming prizes, or one of 5 ultimate game rooms. Go to jacksbigrip-off.com for details. Oakland with a 1-0 lead over the Angels. Steve Physioc, Rex Hudler were now joined in the booth by the great Brian Downing, who went into the Angels Hall of Fame along with his former teammate Chuck Finley tonight. And when Brian left the ball club, he was first in just about everything, in batting and home runs and RBIs and runs scored. You did it all as a catcher and an outfielder. Here's a base hit very quickly by Oakland's Adam Kennedy. He's on for the first time. But Brian, welcome back and a great honor today.
Well, this is my hometown. I haven't been here in 12 years, pretty much, and kind of an interesting evening. It went a lot more smoothly than I expected, and I wasn't quite as nervous as I thought, but very proud to be here. It was a fun time.
Brian, your speech was awesome. Now, your teammates say you weren't a man of many words, but Ray Fosse, the great color commentator and ex-player next to us, he says, Hud, man, I can't believe Downing. I've never heard Downing talk like that. It was great, Brian. Congratulations on the words you used, and especially what it means to you that this organization would honor those that are from the past.
Well, there's no question. Like I said, I live in the Dallas, Texas area now, and the Rangers just have a tremendous program with their past players and do a lot of great things. And I said, as great as this team is here and the tremendous players we've had here in the past, all the big-time Hall of Fame players we've had, it should be nice to put that all together someday. And now they're doing it, and they're doing it in big league style, obviously, and it was great to be a part of it.
Brian, you talked about your past growing up in Anaheim, going to high school here. Your first big league game was in 1959. I love those stories. Can you tell the fans on the TV side some of your early years in Anaheim?
Oh, as a player?
Just as a youth,
little kid?
Just a little kid coming and watching baseball games.
Well, I was a great little league player like most of us, but it kind of ended at 12. At 12 years old, I was a stud. But once I hit 13, everybody passed me by, and I stunk. And I went to Magnolia High School here and only made the varsity my senior year, pounded out 230. But in our area, we had Steve Busby, Randy Jones, and Bert Blylev and some of the local pitchers, so that might have had something to do with it. But
Brian, who were some of your favorite players, Angel players, when you were growing up here?
Well, since my first game was the 1959 World Series, I went up there to Coliseum, 90,000 people. I was kind of a Dodger guy, but my father took me to a few games at Dodger Stadium when the Angels played there in the early 60s. So I don't know. I just was always a Dodger guy because they were here first, I guess, and I never really got that much into it, even though I only live about 8 miles from here. So I really never thought about it. My favorite here was Gene Autry.
Here's Kurt Suzuki, who got hit by a pitch his first time up, and now he launches one to deep center. But Torrey Hunter, with 8 Gold Gloves in his past, his timing is incredible, and he makes a terrific catch at the wall for Rob Suzuki in the third.
Brian, they show a lot of past plays from Angel days and your days, and that reminded me of the Freddie Lynn catch that you and him almost collided in left center field. What was that like? And that was one of the most spectacular plays ever, just watching Hunter go back to the wall.
Well, the beauty of that is we were fighting for the pennant, and we were in the last week or two of the season, and we were playing our rival Kansas City, and we were fighting for the pennant, and I think it was a one-run game, and it was late in the game. It might have been 0-0, and that looked like a home run. Obviously, that was going to cost us the game. Unfortunately, Fred caught it, but I tried to move the fence back for him, give him a little extra room. But yeah, that was really special. You saw it every week on This Week in Baseball with Mel Allen. They played that over and over. It's really the only highlight I've ever watched of myself.
Way to go, Brian. That was a spectacular catch. A great play and good concentration. But, man, I would have hated to collide it with you. All the kids that grew up in Anaheim, they all had tight shirts and T-shirts to emulate the guns you had. Well, you still have.
I haven't been able to lift weights in almost 12 years now, but I just felt, I was kind of a undersized guy, and once I got out from behind the plate and Jim Fregosi threw me out in left field, I thought maybe I could get a little stronger and try to become more of an offensive player, and that's kind of how it started. And then, guys, for many years in the 70s, I'd lose a lot of weight during the season, and every year I'd be starting over. So then I started training year-round. Even on road trips, I'd take cabs 20 miles, 7 o'clock in the morning, just to try to keep my weight up every year. I mean, it obviously turned me around and helped me a lot.
You inspired Jack Howell big time. He talked about you a lot when we were playing together.
Right. I took him and a lot of other guys on my little early morning training routines, and I just said you got to be consistent so you're not sore, and we got to get done by 11 a.m. or you're going to feel it that night.
Brian, Artie Moreno, when he bought the ball club in 2003, one of the first things he did in 2004 was develop the alumni, invite them back. They had an incredible dinner. What did it feel like to come back tonight to the Big A and beyond?
Well, I don't know. It's mixed emotions. I mean, I'm sorry I left. I wish I was more of a part of the organization I had really hoped to be when I was playing here. I didn't really want to be a manager like some people thought, but I just wanted to be a part of it. I'm really disappointed that it never happened, but you know, I'm here tonight, and that's all that matters. And he went out of his way. He gave us all these tremendous World Series type rings, which is all I ever played for, and unfortunately never got. So,
and you're wearing it right now.
This is some kind of moment.
Look at it. Look
yes,
at
sir.
it, fans. That's beautiful.
That was a gift from the owner, Artie Moreno.
Yes,
so
sir. Cool. He gave it to all the past Hall of Fame guys, and hopefully this ball club get them a World Series ring, and it's going to look pretty similar to this, I hear. So,
congratulations.
This would be a great year to do it.
Yes, sir.
It's a beautiful ring.
But Brian, I love the story that you talked about. You were not a prospect, and a good friend of yours helped you by signing you to a $2,000 bonus, probably huge money back then. But with the White Sox, you developed and then were traded to the Angels. In 78, I think you hit like 235, and then you hit 100 points higher with the Angels in 79 and helped them to a West title.
Is that all I hit in 78? Is that bad? Wow. Well, what happened in 79 is I constructed a batting cage in my backyard, and I had a night where I saw 9 pitches. They were all the same pitch, and I swung through 9 straight. The same exact pitch, and it just drove me nuts. I went home in my batting cage, set my machine up for that pitch, because my machine could throw any pitch left or right-handed. And I said, I got to figure something out, because they're going to do the same thing to me tonight. And I just started coming up with stuff, and I got this wide-open, crazy stance that was working in my backyard. And that night I was hitting line drives everywhere, and went on and contended for the batting title up until the last day of the season.
Runner goes, throw to second. It is not in time. A stolen base for Adam Kennedy.
That's such a great story, Brian, because the young players out there, they think it happens automatically. It's a lot of work involved with becoming a big leaguer, and then once you get here, doesn't the work just start then in order to stay?
They adjust to you quickly. There's advanced scouts everywhere. They chart every single movement you make, and it's constantly adjusting. But the beauty of that stance is I could go a lot of different ways, and we actually had a field somewhat like this then where you could get a ground ball and get a base hit. Whereas starting in 1982, if you get a grounder, you were out every time. That's just the field we had. But when after the 79 season, I broke my ankle the first week of the season in 1980 and missed basically that whole year.
Well, Brian, we are going to thank you very much for being here tonight. Congratulations on being honored as Santana strikes the man out in the 3rd inning. Congratulations, Angels Hall of Fame.
That beautiful ring is well deserved.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Great night.
Jackie Autry with one of her favorite pitchers, Chuck Finley, who was honored tonight going into the Angels Hall of Fame, the all-time winningest pitcher in Halo history. We'll talk with Chuck later in our telecast. 165 wins, and we'll have a lot of fun with Chuck as well because he is one of the funniest guys in the game. Ground ball struck to Derek Barton, and Eric Ibar is out, and Cahill all of a sudden making quick work of the Angels.
Oh, there's our great friend Mark Langston and lover of Chuck Finley too. Good teammates. These guys all lockered next to each other. Finley, Langston, and Abbey. They all lockered next to each other, and those left-handers brought a lot of wins for the Angels and also a lot of joy in that clubhouse because we had a lively clubhouse with those guys. Fun. Not to mention Chili Davis and company and DeSarcina. We just had a ball. We all got along well, and with those kind of personalities, how can you not?
Here is Jeff Mathis. He takes a crack at one and fouls it off of the mask of Kurt Suzuki. Cahill, after walking the opening two batters, Biggins and Abreu, has retired 6 straight. 3 groundouts, and that usually is his specialty. He has not allowed a home run his last 3 games and got 28 groundouts and decisions against Baltimore, the White Sox, and Detroit. Upstairs, his major league debut came right here, April 7th. And this yard gave up 3 runs in 5 innings.
This kid here, he's got a 1-0 lead.
Back our way, Jeff Mathis. There's a 2-2 count.
Hey, so Downing, man, we couldn't get him out of the booth. He was sharing stories, and it was too interesting. I couldn't let him go. But so he talked about breaking his left ankle, and I said, "How'd you do that?" He said, "We were playing Oakland A's, and Ricky Henderson stole home. Frank Tanana was the pitcher. He had a big long windup, and I jumped. The pitch was high, and I jumped up, and when I landed, Ricky slid at the same time and busted his tibia." And I said, "Whoa, man, that was pretty nasty." He says, "Well, you know, it's part of the game, but." Got on the mend, but he never could really figure out his stance since.
And he said he finally figured it out at a Angels fantasy camp. Here's a fly ball struck to right field. Ryan Sweeney under it, and Ryan will pull it down for out number 2. Hey kids, looking for a unique back-to-school accessory? Then come to the Big A this Saturday because something cool is going to happen. All kids ages 2 through 18 in attendance will receive a free one-of-a-kind Angels camouflage backpack courtesy of Healthy for Life. Tickets for this game can be purchased at angelsbaseball.com, and they're cool because they have just one strap. Look at that adorable baby, and he's got a baseball Angels jersey on. It's got stitching on it and everything.
It's beautiful.
Guy in front of him's finished crying.
Oh, I want to cry. I want to have a little baby again. It's fun.
You've got 4. I think Jennifer's done.
Wasn't that fun though?
Yes, it was. It was a delight.
Parenting children that were
next step, grandkids.
There you go. I have to wait for that. Figgy, he walked it his first time up. It's solid. Having one of the greatest seasons that he could ever dream of. I mean, in a perfect time, too. He's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. Great timing for him. Of course, he would love to be a Halo the rest of his career, but that's all down the road. We want to talk about that. Wants to talk about things today and now, not about tomorrow. That's the way these guys are brought up around Scioscia in his 10 years. They are focused day to day. Scioscia does not let them wander, and those guys that are trained up under Mike Scioscia, they know it. Now, Mike, he is a fun manager. He looks really stern out there, you know, and you folks think, oh man, Mike's really can be angry and mean looking, but this guy has a lot of character in him. He's a lot of fun. He shows up at spring training with a bag of tricks and a lot of fun for the guys. And at 8 o'clock in the morning, they're cackling and laughing in that clubhouse. He knows the importance of being loose.
And he's battling Cahill here with another long at bat. Walked his first time up, 78 walks.
We see Carl's Jr.'s stars smile. All of Mike Scioscia's stars are smiling too. Now they may not between the lines because it's focus time.
In the air, left center, Scott Hairston pulls it down. Cahill, 3 no-hit innings against the Angels. A question, and it is, which 8 former Angels have been inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame? Today, 2 Angels went into the Angels Hall of Fame. A lefty, Chuck Bindley, and outfielder Brian Downing, inducted in a great ceremony before the game, and over 20 Angel alumni were on hand to see the tandem. And the guys that the Angels have on board: Jim Fregosi, of course, Gene Autry, Rod Carew, Nolan Ryan. Jackie Robinson's number has also been retired, and Jimmy Reese, a great coach. Irvin Santana back in the hill for the 4th inning. He's throwing 40 pitches through 3, and he starts Scott Hairston off with ball 1. Hairston popped up to the catcher his first time up. He'll be followed by Ryan Sweeney, who right now is the difference in the game, with a long home run to right center. Slider, I believe he went, and it is a 1-1 count.
Fizz, how many times this season have we seen this Angels offense, one of the most explosive in their entire 49 years, be no hit or perfect game to the first 2 or 3 times through the order? How many times this year? Are we going to say off the top of your head?
Top of my head?
Yeah.
Let me see. I can't see the top of my head.
I want to say 5 or 6 times.
Okay.
Off the top of my small brain. But it's been interesting. They have a very good spying system, and they go around. They talk a lot in the dugout. The hitters do, and the pitchers listen. They're learning from each other as the game evolves.
The one I remember the most was here at the Big A against the Minnesota Twins, when Nick Blackburn was absolutely fantastic through 3 perfect innings and then did not get out of the 4th.
I think they dropped it like a 9 spot on him. He was perfect, and then all of a sudden Figgy started at the top of the lineup, and they just went off.
Santana wanted that last pitch. It's not called a strike, so it's a full count. 3-2 to Scott Hairston. Hit high in the air and deep to left center. Juan Rivera is back at the wall to pull it down, out number 1. So Santana's job, just keep it close, keep the Angels in it, and he has done a nice job in this month of August, going 4-0, and he has been able to really nail down some victories. His best start in this month of August was that 3-hit shutout he had against Tampa back on August 11th here at the Big A. Low hit game of his career, commanding both sides of the plate, and had a tremendous slider going. Ryan Sweeney took him deep with a fastball to right center field, well over 400 feet. Tries to check his swing on a slider. Believe he went, and he did. It's 0-2.
Well, you know, the Angel fans here, I don't think they have as much gray hair this season as they have in the past. It's because of the offense. And the fans, they're not restless right now in the 4th inning, not having a hit or a run.
A flare to left field with 2 strikes on him, and Sweeney is 2 for 2.
And speaking of the fans, the Angels are second in total attendance, just behind the New York Yankees, 300,000. They've been averaging 40,222, the Angels, and they're ahead of Boston, Detroit, all them other teams. And Yankee Stadium has more seating capacity. Might be one of the reasons they draw a little bit more. But I'll tell you, this is one heck of a place to be entertained, not only on the field, but also with all the free stuff you get. The promotion items are all fantastic, and really, it's just been a lot of fun, a good experience here, and Angel fans love it.
Each of the last 6 years, the Angels have drawn over 3 million and will do so again this year. Right-hander at the plate, Mark Ellis, who lined out to the shortstop his first time up. He has had a wonderful month of August, hitting .361 with 21 RBIs in August. He's a veteran now at Rapid City, South Dakota. One of the rare baseball players to escape that state, and he went to Florida, where he was a keystone combination of David Eckstein. He was the Angels shortstop when they won the World Championship in 2002. And they played together in the college ranks. It was Ellis who was the shortstop and Eck the second baseman. Santana's 0-2 is a fastball lifted foul.
Good location. A couple of them have been up They haven't hit him out of the ballpark, all but Sweeney. But he looks good.
Another 0-2, and Ellis does not bite. Irvin Santana, he was back and forth from the starting rotation to the disabled list twice this year. Started the year on the DL, missed 6 weeks with a right elbow strain from April to mid-May. Came back, pitched okay, but then the elbow flared up again. Had right triceps discomfort, so the Angels put him on the shelf. Missed about 3 or 4 starts. Came back, had a rough July. And he has pitched beautifully in August. Sweeney's home run, the difference in the game. He struck it in the 2nd inning. Sweeney's at first base now with 1 out.
Sweeney's got 5 bags on the year. He's been caught 5 times.
Does not go. The pitch is low, and it's a 2-2 count. Guy is a tough out, and he has not been able to stay healthy the last 3 years. Missed a couple of months this year with a left calf problem. Tough inside with the fastball, and they're going to stay away. Irvin throws the slider, and Ellis, they appeal. It did not go, so first base umpire Andy Fletcher, so the count is still 3-2.
All right, 8th pitch coming. That's after being down 0-2.
This looks like the old Oakland team that really works the count. Had a high on-base percentage. Backdoor slider misses inside. They were sending Sweeney. He will take second base because it's a walk to Ellis. And that is the first walk in the game by Irvin. Now 2 on with 1 out in the 4th inning. And left-handed batter Derek Barton, who lined a single on the first pitch to him last time up with a fastball. So Mike Butcher a little concerned here as Irvin has thrown 17 pitches just to get his 1 out in the 4th. He had Ellis down 0-2 and then lost him. I'm guessing first pitch slider. No.
Try
Took a little something off.
Yeah, try a little combio there, a little change up. Good spot. That's exactly where you want to place that changeup. Anything out over a little bit less miles per hour, hitter wants to try to put that in play.
Barton waves at another off-speed pitch, and now he's down to the count 0-2. He saw the first pitch fastball and lined it right back up the middle in that 2nd inning. Barton only hitting 178 with the big league club, hit 261 down in the minor leagues.
This is just his 22nd game up here. Had some hamstring problems.
He was acquired from the St. Louis Cardinals a few years ago, and you always hear about Moneyball with the Oakland Athletics. Barton was a Moneyball player coming up in their system, and that's why Oakland was interested in acquiring him, but he has not been able to stay healthy. Plus, he's a first baseman without that much power.
Well, last year as a rookie, he had 65 walks. Led all AL rookies.
Hits that one a ton, but foul. May not see an inside fastball the rest of this at bat. But he is another local guy who played quality baseball growing up. A lot of travel ball teams. He's from Marina High School in Huntington Beach. Does not bite on the changeup. Their discipline has been very good in this 4th inning.
You know, Irvin, he's not afraid to pitch to contact. You're going to call Mathis out right here, but that's exactly what Mike Butcher wants. He wants him to not be afraid to pitch to contact. Go ahead and execute down low and let him put it in play, but they've been getting some pretty good wood on him. A couple of them were just caught shy of the track. And Torrey Hunter's magnificent catch on the wall when we had Brian Downing in here. So he's elevating a little bit. Keep in mind, this is not a big home running hitting team either.
Dead last in home runs in the AL. Barton in the minors had 9. He has 1 at the big league level. Santana has really slowed his tempo. He had a great rhythm in that Tampa Bay start. The 23rd pitch of the inning is on his hands and lifted foul, so they are fighting off some good pitches. He has had the last 3 batters 0-2. Sweeney lined an 0-2 pitch to left field for a hit. Ellis was down 0-2, worked a full count, then walked. Barton had an 0-2 count. Now he's even at 2-2. Too many, and the Angels need their starters to go deeper into games. The Angels only have 10 quality starts as a staff since the All-Star break. Barton takes outside, 3-2.
Irvin needs to make a big pitch. Put Pennington, the number 9 batter, on deck, but he needs to kind of keep a ball down. He'd hope that he'll hit it into a double play, but he cannot afford another walk here. That's challenging.
He went on a bad pitch. That would have been ball 4 and loaded the bases, but Barton strikes out swinging.
Barton wanted to knock in that run or 2. So he was anxious.
And it looked like he was determined and believed that a fastball was coming.
That's called guessing.
Yeah.
And then he held
big
up,
time.
tried to hold up at the last minute. It's too late.
It's been a tough year for Bob Guerin. His team in last place, 20.5 games back of the Angels, but the Angels, every single game so important. Texas won today, beat the New York Yankees 7-2. The Rangers took 2 of 3 at Yankee Stadium. Ian Kinsler blasted 2 home runs in that game, drove in 4. Rangers go to Minnesota next. Off of his foot, and it's a foul ball struck by Cliff Pennington. So this is the 4th straight batter that's been down 0-2 against Santana. Irvin's been terrific with first pitch strikes, but for finishing guys up, a little so-so. He's already thrown 67 pitches trying to finish off the 4th inning right here, right now. One and 2. Santana with a fantastic year last year, won 16 games, had a solid ERA, 3.49. It's almost 3 runs higher this year because of the injuries that he suffered early, and then went through some mechanical and confidence issues. But he had 214 strikeouts last year, 2nd most, so a far cry from the Santana we saw last year. The 1-2. Pennington swings and chops it foul. Halos have won 6 of the 9 meetings with the Oakland Athletics. The 30th pitch this inning coming from Irvin to the Oakland A's. Pennington went on the slider and strikes out. Back-to-back Ks. He has 6 strikeouts in tonight's ball game, but he needed 30 pitches to get through the 4th. Wow. inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame? Let's check out the answer.
All right, I'm saying Frank Robinson, Eddie Murray, Dave Winfield. There they are. Hoyt Wilhelm. I didn't have Hoyt. I knew Nolan Ryan, Don Sutton, Rod Carew. I forgot about Tilt. His nickname was Tilt because he walked with a tilt to his neck and his head. He always walked and he looked at you funny, but he was a great guy, man. Loved Hoyt Wilhelm. He was a pitching coach in the Yankee organization for a long time.
He could throw that knuckleball too.
Oh, what a career he had. He was a hands down first ballot Hall of Famer.
To close out games with that knuckleball.
Red? You always call me Red. Red? Let me tell you something, Red. Old Southern boy from North Carolina.
Cahill, after walking the first two Angels he faced in tonight's ball game, has retired the next 8 and made it look easy.
He's got it going on. He's working ahead of guys.
1-2 to Bobby Abreu. It is in there. Strike 3 call. Hey fans, the Angels are helping you wind down your summer with an exciting ticket offer during this weekend's homestand. Still available for tomorrow and the Sunday, August 30th games. Fans can purchase view level seats for just $5 and right field pavilion seats as low as $10 when using the password SUMMER at angelsbaseball.com or the Angels Stadium ticket window.
Okay, since Cahill put that curveball away, he's had his last starts have been 3 nice ones, quality starts. Still a little bit inconsistent at times before tonight. But he's looking good tonight. Changeup's working pretty good. That 2-seam sinker and his slider. Those are the 3 pitches he's using.
His challenge in those 3 starts is getting run support. He is 0-1 with a 3.15 ERA in those 3 starts. And they've given him just 1 tonight. That was the second inning home run by Ryan Sweeney.
He's got a no-no going now against the best offensive team in baseball. I want to say American League for sure. But the numbers say that they are best in a lot of categories in overall baseball. That's quite a compliment for this young Trevor Cahill.
On 3-1, Hunter grounds out to short. And Cahill continues his excellence against the Angels. Well, Vlad Guerrero has 1,000 hits as an Angel, and yesterday's was not a big one. I'm talking about a big fly. It was a blooper. Landed just in front of Curtis Granderson, but number 1,000 and Vladdy's outstanding Angels career.
You have a career average of 322. You're going to get a few of those. He does. But you know what? When he hits a home run, at least this year, the Angels are 9-0. A lot of the all-time hits leaders are here at the yard tonight. You saw Fergosi here. They got
Downing, Fergosi, Bobby Grich, Sean Figgins, Vlad Guerrero. I think they're going to wait a little bit on Tim Salmon to bring him into the Angels Hall of Fame, but the guy they call Mr. Angel certainly will be.
Oh, yeah. Kingfish will be in. Garrett Anderson most likely will be in.
Definitely. Vlad Guerrero breaks up the no-hitter with a broken bat single to left center field.
Sinker down. That might have been maybe even a changeup. Less a little velocity, but that's what Cahill wanted. Look at that. Great low ball hitter. Buddy loves everything down low. Of course, you know, he hasn't been able to catch up to the mid-90s fastball around the letters. Most guys don't, but he used to. Remember that All-Star game? He took Brad Penny's 97-mile-an-hour heater neck high out of the yard in Pittsburgh, where they held the All-Star game.
Juan Rivera gets a pretty straight fastball in there, strike 1. Rivera grounded out to third his first time up to open the second inning. Cahill has had some quality outings despite 12 losses this year, but it mainly is because the Athletics don't score him runs. His ERA isn't that bad, 4.86 for a 21-year-old rookie, but 6-12 this year is tied for the American League lead in losses. Ranks tied for second in home runs with 25 allowed, but 19 of those have come in Oakland. Fouled off.
So Cahill's no-hitter's broken up with 2 outs. Bodies on first base. Rivera's 0-2, but we've seen the Angels many rallies this year with 2 outs. Right now, Cahill's going to try to make a pitch on Juan. He's been getting a lot of Angels to ground out. Some flyouts. And the only 2 walks he had was the first 2 batters of the game, Figgy and Abreu.
He has had a lot of 3-ball counts, though 8 3-ball counts in this game, so his pitch count is up at 66. Santana had that one rough inning, 30 pitches to get out of the 4th, but they did not score. The 1-2 is hammered to third. Kennedy has it, his long throw in time. The inning is over. We head to the 5th. It's Oakland 1, the Angels nothing. Back with more after this. Home run, his 6th of the year. Give the Oakland Athletics the lead. And here is the leadoff batter for the Athletics, Adam Kennedy, to open the 5th inning. Steve Physioc, Rex Hudler, and we are now joined by one of the greatest pitchers in Angels history, all-time winningest pitcher, Chuck Finley, with 165 wins. And Adam Kennedy, meantime, picks up his 2nd base hit of the game to lead off number 5. So, Chuck Finley, great to have you here. And I can't remember the last time I saw you in a tie.
I had to dust this thing off about 2 weeks. I think that I told Tony tonight, I was talking to him, I said, I think the last time I had this suit on, we were coming back from Oakland.
You look good.
After being swept. And he goes, Tony.
Finn, congratulations. Man, and I'm going to tell you what, you couldn't have had a more eloquent speech. How long did you practice that?
Well, I was down there and I was working on it and kind of going through my head. And I thought BD was going, we both know BD. I thought he was going to be in and out in about 10 seconds. And I played with BD forever, and I don't think I heard him say that much all year. And I was like, geez, he's going on forever. He's taking my minutes. Come on.
Well, yeah, we had a little 15-minute late start today, but it don't matter. Finn, it's you guys' night. Finn, what'd that feel like when they put that jacket on you?
I tell you, that red felt really good. That fit me good, too. And I told Hardy, I said, I was born to wear red. Here, it looks good on you.
Yeah, you said you told your mom your favorite color was red.
Yeah, I did. It's great.
Finn, how about the hardware Artie got for you and Brian? Tell me about that. That's a beauty. It's got your number on the side.
Yeah, it turned out really nice. Artie, he went all out with these things, and Tim Meade told me, he said these things gonna look really special, and they do. And what a treat, though. Artie, he didn't have to do all this, but that just shows you what kind of man he is.
Right, looks a lot like the World Series ring.
Yeah, I think I can play it off. They say, Chuck, I didn't know you played in the World Series. Oh, I got to go. See you later. Flash it to him and snatch it and go.
Oh, Vin, a special night for you and Downing and the families. Now, your two daughters, I'm sure they were thrilled to be with you. Now, like a lot of us, we had our kids after our playing career. Now, do you have to strap them down in a chair like I do mine to watch my highlights?
Well, actually, my littlest one asked me the night, she said, do you have anything that can actually show us that you played? And I was like, oh, well, I'll find something. And then it was all in that HD or whatever, that reel-to-reel.
Yeah.
I handed it to her the cartridge. She goes, what is this? I go, well, I'll have to have this burned down to a disc before we can really kind of update the collection.
Chuck, what was it like? You came from Louisiana. You worked on a nursery for your dad in Louisiana. You're a good old boy from Louisiana, but you came here and you called home and you said, what to your folks? This is home?
Yeah, I told my dad when I got out here in '86 and I laid my eyes on this field, and I called him. I said, you might want to start packing up my stuff because I feel like I've found my second home here. And what? And I said, no, I'm telling you, Dad, this place is special out here, and it took off forever.
Well, they're having a debate right now, Chuck, because Mike Scioscia thought it was strike 3
on a foul tip.
Tim McClellan saying no, it was a foul tip, so he is still alive. Let's take a look again.
Look, to me, I saw a little light between the ball and the bat, Finn. You?
Yeah, it looks like he was a swing and miss.
How about Tim McClellan? Was he tough on you?
You know what, Timmy's a great guy, but that delayed call he used to do drove me nuts because you throw a pitch and you thought it was a strike.
Too.
And the catcher knew the guy was out, and the batter knew he was out, but the pitcher was the last to know, and I'm fixing to go, and he's like, does that little pull move that he does. I noticed that he doesn't do that anymore, but he was a very fair umpire. He liked to kid around a little bit, but that delayed pause he had drove me nuts.
Finn, 200 career wins you had. I mean, that was more than Colfax, Dizzy Dean, Lefty Grove, Dave Stewart, Fernando, Guidry, Dwight Gooden. How do you feel about yourself?
I feel healthy. I saw Dr. Yoakum down there, and he looked at me and goes, I can't believe you played all this long and I never got you on the table. I was like, good genes, brother. But it feels really good. I mean, it's when you're playing the game, you really don't look at your numbers, and you don't really see where you are in the rankings of this and that. And then when it's all said and done, you kind of put yourself up there and you go, okay, where do I rank? Where do I fall into this game? And then when you see something like that, you go, okay, maybe, I got what I wanted out of this game.
How about better than that, being the only pitcher in the history of Major League Baseball to strike out batters? 4 times you did. Take it over.
You struck out 4 batters in an inning 3 times. The only player ever to do that. Almost got it, Hud.
That's crazy.
Ball is popped up. Left side, Eric Ibar should take care of Rajay Davis. And he does.
But you knew what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Finn, tell me about that. You stand alone. It's that split finger you use. You struck out 4 batters 3 times.
That's weird. I mean, it's when it happened, you just go, I didn't even know you could do that. Is that
one
legal?
Inning.
Yeah, it's like double hitting your wedge. You go, how do you do that? But it's just one of those things where sometimes you throw a pitch that's very hard to catch at times, and it goes right through the catcher's wickets and back to the backstop. But a lot of times that happened when a guy, maybe a substitute catcher, came in that had never caught me a lot and things like that. But yeah, it was very, very weird stat.
Kurt Suzuki takes outside. Chuck, who taught you the split finger pitch? Because that was your strikeout pitch.
Yeah, Joe Coleman. I tried for years and years to throw that circle changeup, and my arm speed just wouldn't fit in my hand right. I went down to Dominican Republic and tried it, and I was just showing. I tried to keep throwing it like this, and it just didn't feel right. And Joe said, why don't we just do this? And Joe said, why don't we just take your hand and do it like this and spread it out and throw it as hard as you can? And then I threw about 2 of them. He turned and he goes, wow. I was like, is that bad? He goes, no, that's not bad. That's really good.
And your long fingers helped, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, I used to have to sit in the dugout in between starts because your hands get kind of that little arthritic during starts. And I'd sit there and I'd just push them and push them and push them to a fact where it would sit in here. And, once you find a pitch you can ride, you ride it.
How do you throw that for a strike, though? That's what I couldn't
It's all about manipulating the turnover of it. You see a lot of guys when they throw it, it's all about when you get right here, you got to be able to turn your hand over to make it spin more, and you got to start it a little bit higher. But as you keep throwing it and you keep mounting up innings with it, you start figuring out what the ball does. You can throw it lower and lower. I used to start at the top and just start chopping away at it, and guys would see it, and I'd just keep moving it away from their bat.
But that pitch puts pitchers on the disabled list. And you did not ever have an arm problem in all them years. Unbelievable. Now, how many times were you on the DL?
Well, every time I was on the DL was self-inflicted. I mean.
No, that's what I want to get out of
Covering the base.
Tell us some stories about when you went on the DL, Chuck.
I had some weird stuff happen.
Well,
I was in the batting cage when we were starting spring training. We were starting interleague, and they left a bunch of pitchers back. They were going down to play the Rockies, and our pitching coach was throwing BP to about 10 of us there, and I'm standing by the cage just watching the guy hit and hit and hit, and all of a sudden the pitcher throws a changeup, and the hitter didn't recognize he threw his bat, and the bat swung around, hits the cage, and hits me right in the side of the eye and breaks my orbit. So I'm down for the count on that one. Another time I'm backing up third base here and tripped on my shoestring and broke my wrist. You know, just weird stuff like
How
that.
about the time you covered home here on a pass ball and you laid down and blocked the runner? We're just laying there with your back exposed to his spikes.
Yeah. Well, I knew if that guy scored, they were going to take me out of the game. I said, you know what, they're going to take me out. The guy can at least cut my back open because I wasn't letting that guy come in.
Well, that talks about the competitor you were and how much fun it was, Finn. Look, was there any smack talking ever in the game when you were out there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you see guys on second base stealing signs, cheating on you, trying to relay signs to the hitter. That didn't go well with pitchers. And you see guys at first base trying to peek in, you know.
Yeah,
you just tell them. Hey, Chuck, just as a former pitcher, watching a guy like Irvin Santana who has so much talent, what do you see? How do you break him down and what he's gone through this year?
I think he has unbelievable poise out there. I think his upside is unbelievable. I know he's been hurt a little bit, but he seems to repeat his mechanics a lot.
Look at Sean Figgins. He will not get the out, but just a tremendous play by Sean.
Yeah, he's got the body for it. I think eventually, as he gets loaded, he might put on a little weight and build a little bit more strength. But his mechanics are great. He repeats his mechanics a lot. His arm looks like it's in a great spot. But they did a good job scouting this kid, bringing him on.
I want to talk about you, Finn. We got enough time to talk about Figgy. Hey, your last Major League start, you beat the Giants 5-4 in Game 3 of the 0-2 NLCS in San Francisco on October 12th. Okay, Barry Bonds hit a ball off of you, and it was the first splashdown in their ballpark, home run in playoff history there. Tell us about that. What was that all about?
That was crazy. I was trying to. Mike Matheny was the catcher, and I was trying to throw a pitch up and in because I thought he was in a hot count, which is he's swinging.
Right.
And I said, if I throw this ball probably right here at him, I think I might be able to get him to pop up or swing through it. And I was probably throwing like 92 right then, and I threw this pitch, and he just went whack. And I'm looking around trying to find the ball because I didn't even see it leave his bat. And Mike Matheny's got his mask off, kind of looking up, where is it? And I look out on the jumbotron, and I see these guys in that canoe, they're rowing. I was like, are you kidding me? I've never seen a ball come off the bat that fast in my life. And I've thrown a lot of home runs, and I've never seen one come off the bat that fast. That was incredible.
Yeah, Jared Washburn and Troy Percival tested him in the World Series as well, and they wanted to see how far he could hit it, and he hit it a long way.
Incredible bat speed and a great eye, too.
Who were some of your favorite teammates you had?
Well, Hud was a great one. Brought a lot of enthusiasm to the game. DeSar Cena, Chili Davis, Tony Phillips, Langer and I had a lot of fun. Abby. I was very blessed. We had a hard-working team every year, and we didn't have any guys. We might have had a couple of guys here and there that wouldn't throw it all out there every night, but every team does. But I've been blessed to have just a ton of great teammates and just had a lot of fun with everybody. But
what are you doing now?
Well, I'm playing a lot of golf. They told me not to tell anybody my handicap anymore because they'll use it against me.
Good. That's smart.
That's good stuff.
Way to go, Finn.
But, just, hanging out with the girls and playing golf and just, doing this and that every other day. I find stuff to fill my days up. So I'm having a great time. I mean, people keep saying, why don't you go back to work, do this? And I'm like, why? I don't understand why, but I worked for 18 straight years.
Hey, Finn, I tell Fizz a lot about stories that go on in the clubhouse. And, Finn, that's Rick Smith. She's been around for 36 years. Tell the
love
fans
that
about
guy.
some of the things you used to do to him.
Oh, Smitty and I, we had so much fun together. Before they redid the clubhouse, the tunnelway was like a long shoot down. And
There's a long runway downhill.
A long slope all the way down, and then the door kind of turned. And certain nights when Smitty would walk through there and say something to me like, "Chuckadoo, what is it?" And I'm like, "Smitty, if you say that to me one more time, I'm going to spin you." So one night he comes in, and we had one of those big laundry bins that held the shirts where they would wash them and push them back. Heads up.
On wheels.
On wheels. I took Smitty one night, and I spun him around, and I threw him in there, and I opened the door, and I pushed him down this thing, and he was going down this runway backwards like he was on a roller coaster. He hits the bottom of this thing. He goes flying out. Jerseys go flying everywhere, and there's about 10 guys at the top. Doug Rader was our manager at the time. We laughed so hard when Smitty came up with all those jerseys over his head. It was the funniest thing ever. But Smitty is a great man.
6-4. Great dig by Morales to get Santana out of a jam.
Finn, you're a great man and a great teammate. Congratulations on that great hardware already supplied you
But
with.
the Angels must win tonight because it's always
Finn to win.
That's right.
Give it up, Finn.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler with you. The Oakland Athletics lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. And Trevor Cahill, the 21-year-old rookie from Oceanside, California, has done a great job limiting one of the best offenses in baseball to one hit. A broken bat base hit by Vladimir Guerrero in the fourth inning. Here is Kendry Morales, who popped up to right field his first time up, but went 3 for 3 off with Cahill the first time they met, and he rolls this one to second base, and Ellis takes care of Kendry. 1 out. The Angels staying in it because of quality defense.
Oh, I'm telling you, and timely as well. Irvin Santana, he's been struggling a little bit, even though he just given up 1 run. Okay, in that inning, they helped him out. Nice pick here at the end by Morales.
The bases were loaded, a 6-4-3 to end it. Morales getting better and better as the Angels' first baseman. Here is Meiser as Turris, and he'll take low, ball 1. Second straight time that Cahill has started. First pitch changeup to Meiser as Turris. Finds the strike zone. It's a 1-1 count. By the way, congratulations to Chula Vista's Little League team. California beat Georgia 11-10, so they'll play Texas for the U.S. Championship to see who goes to Williamsport.
Right. Get a team from Cali represented in there.
They are a good team. They had to beat a team from Rancho Santa Margarita to get there. Here's the pitch. A one-hop smash to Ellis. And quickly 2 outs, and Cahill doing a tremendous job. This is one of his better starts of the year.
No doubt about it. 72 pitches expended. Took that 73. Got him, hit him, had him balls.
Mike Scioscia was talking before the ball game about Oakland rebuilding, and he said, you know what, they may be rebuilding, but they're rebuilding in a very good way. They've got a lot of power arms. They have terrific staff in the making with Anderson, Cahill, Mazzaro, Gio Gonzalez, 4 rookie starters right now, and he said you might be seeing the second coming of Mulder, Zito, and Hudson, who were dominant in the early part of this decade. A beautiful 1-2-3 inning for the starting pitcher, 21-year-old Trevor Cahill. Angels quickly gone in the 5th.
Sinker down, young man. It's time for Coors Light Freeze Camp. Why not freeze it on one of the Angels inductees? We'll freeze it right there on Chuck Finley. Look at the inside of his coat. That's a Hall of Fame jacket. Fin to win. Brian Downing, congratulations. That is your Coors Light Freeze Camp, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. And we just had both of those newly inducted Halos up here in the broadcast booth. Folks, hope you enjoyed hearing some of your favorite past players. There it is again. That's pretty cool. That is a jacket that Finn will wear. I'm hoping to many, many, many more events here at Angel Stadium and hopefully postseason action.
Irvin Santana starting his 6th inning of work facing Ryan Sweeney. He is the one athletic he's been unable to get out. He's 2 for 2 with a home run and a single. Sweeney's blast to left center, the difference in the game, and here's another rope to left field, and that's over the head of Juan Rivera. So Ryan Sweeney not stopping at second base. He's going for 3, and he will make it with a triple. So he is a double shy of the cycle, and what a night by Ryan Sweeney against Irvin Santana.
And that changeup stayed up in the zone a little bit too much and a little too long. In Oakland, not known for their offense and scoring any runs. They'll take advantage of that. Then Howard's Exmo, you see another perfect swing off of Sweeney's bat. He got the Oakland A's on board in the 2nd inning with a solo shot to right center field and deep. Just a 2nd triple this season. He's picking a nice day to show off here at Angel Stadium.
Angels will bring the infield in with Mark Ellis up. He's a tough out. He's been very clutch throughout his career. Baseball down low and in. 1 ball, no strikes.
Irvin's done a nice job of pitching inside tonight. Okay, he's been moving feet of batters. The feet. He's not throwing anybody. He did hit Suzuki early in the 1st inning, but when you move a hitter's feet, that serves a great purpose.
Comes back with a slider and gets a swing and a miss.
That's what he does. You know what? That's important. That you don't get these hitters' feet too comfortable up there, and they dig in that box, and you make them fall out of the box and scramble their feet. Then they got to go back in and dig a new toe hole.
Ground ball, short. Ibar holds the runner. Throw to first. Just barely in time, and another great pick by Kendry Morales at first base.
I like how Morales, he stays low. Okay, that's important when it comes to picking a ball. He stays low and then he goes out and pushes it up. Watch Ibar. Now, if the Oakland A's went on contact, that would have been a tough play for Ibar, but this ball bounces on the grass. Morales staying low, and by lowering that, your eyes are low, you're able to see the hop. See how he just pulls his hand out. Sometimes first baseman will go out and get it, or they'll just pull up their elbow up and pick it. Sweet job by Morales.
Derek Barton takes strike one. Santana has 6 strikeouts. If there was a time where he needed one, it's right here. Infield remains in with Figgins at third, Ibar short. Ventura's second base, Morales first. And that ball is knocked to right center field by Barton. Got a pitch up, and that hurt him, and that knocks in Ryan Sweeney to make it 2-0 Oakland.
Yep, that's an elevated pitch that should have been hit like that. Soch, a couple, 2 or 3 good, hard, firm claps, saying, all right, fellas, look, we can't win unless we score, so don't worry about it, Irvin. Look at Barton. He's whistling over there at Matt Gallego, the third base coach, to get the sign. I've never seen that before. He whistled, Fizz. You see him?
Yes, I did, but I did not hear him. A bunt try. Mathis collects the baseball, throw to first base in time, and Pennington is the second man out, although he does move Barton into scoring position.
Tried a little bunt for a knock there. Mathis, he dropped it. First time he dropped it, but you know what? He had plenty of time. Doesn't panic. Look at that. Very good athlete. Checking that runner over there, making sure he didn't get a little bit too friendly around that bag. 2 outs now for Irvin. Wants to try to control Kennedy, who has hit 2 nice balls off of him in his last 2 at-bats. A couple singles after hitting a ground out to the second baseman the first time up.
Adam was 4 for 22 against his old ball club. This was his first game back since he left in 2006. First pitch is in there for strike one. The Angels believed in Howie Kendrick, so they let Adam Kennedy go. Spent some time with the St. Louis Cardinals and earlier this year with Tampa Bay, and now with Oakland, where he's hit very well with the Athletics, hitting .280 now with 10 home runs and 47 RBIs. Flip foul, and Kennedy is down in the count. 0-2. AK at a Cal State Northridge. Tremendous player, an All-American, and the Cardinals' first-round pick, then traded to the Angels in the Jimmy Edmonds deal. And he was a world champion, and he had some great years, like 2002, his best season by far, hit .312 that season, and then hit .500 against the Yankees in the division series, and hit .357 in the ALCS against Minnesota, including 3 home runs in the clinching game, and he was named ALCS MVP. Pops this one up left side. Ibar sprints out. Rivera's going to let him have it, and Eric makes the catch, but 1 run on 2 hits. Santana quality start, but he needs some quality runs. with the AT&T Rapid Rewind. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. This is like the old days with Oakland and the Angels. Great pitching we saw in the past. Teams that won world championships in 2002, and certainly the Athletics have had their share of world championships in the past. Great tradition. They've won 9 world championships, second most to the New York Yankees. That's from Philadelphia to Kansas City to Oakland, but in the past we've seen tremendous matchups with Lackey against Hudson, Zito against Washburn. And tonight we've got Santana against Cahill, a veteran Urban Santana against a rookie Trevor Cahill, and Cahill has pitched an absolute gem. He's thrown 78 pitches now as he's starting his 7th inning and facing the Angels. Number 9 batter Jeff Mathis. Then he'll go 1-2 with Figgins and Abreu.
All right, Mathis, last guy, second time through the order. It was a rare one that was up. Cahill, he's been mixing in pretty nice pitches. His sinker's been working, getting some ground balls. He's had a few Angels to fly out, and he's got a little slider that he's working in there. So we've seen the Angels as Palmer's going to start warming up. We've seen the Angels now. Usually the third time through is when they get a guy.
How about Jeff Mathis gets him to left center field and deep and up against the wall. So a good start for the Angels here in the bottom of the 6th.
Hey, first, it's actually the second leadoff runner. Angels had walked Figgy. They walked Figgy in the first. They had him on, but they couldn't do anything with it. Now maybe Mathis will turn this into something. I mean, that's a ball well struck. You can see the sideward rotation on that next mode. Look at that. That's beautiful. That was a nice little two-seam fastball.
Jeff's 7th double of the year. Sean Figgins coming to the plate. He's been very clutch this year. A .358 hitter with men in scoring position.
Yeah, he's just not an on-base guy. He's an excellent run producer.
And fans, you can come out and see Sean Figgins at the Costco store located at 17900 New Hope Street in Fountain Valley. Tomorrow, Sean will be signing autographs from 11:30 to 1. Come join all the fun, prizes, and Angels atmosphere courtesy of Perricone Farm.
Kennedy, he's playing in.
A chopper to the right side. This will get Mathis to third. Figgins is the first out.
The reason I was showing that is that Kennedy comes in, Martin comes in, the corners are wide open. But for that situation, that's exactly what Figgy wanted to do. Pull him over. Don't waste it on a bunt because Figgins has been so productive swinging the bat. Social wanted him to do that.
Now the Angels need some clutch, whether it's a ground ball up the middle or a fly ball deep enough. The Angels would love to get a run momentum, and Bobby Abreu can do both. I mean, he has terrific power with 11-12 home runs this year, and Cahill has given up 25, but he has not allowed a big fly in his last 4 starts, including this one.
Yet, in this one.
Ball 1, great block by Suzuki, or Mathis would have scored.
Since June 11th, the Halos have clubbed 97 long balls in 67 games. 5th in the majors in slugging at .450. They've got plenty of sock in their lineup.
They do, but the offense has cooled off recently, averaging just 4.2 runs per game the last 8 games, and they're 3-5 in that stretch. Mike Sosa really believes the team needs to win more close games, and they need to get it from the starting pitching. Even Mickey Hatcher said, we're going to have to win more 1- and 2-run games. They won one yesterday, 4-2 over Detroit, salvaging the final game of that series. So it's a changeup in there of the outside corner, 1-1.
I know a lot of left-handed batters in the league going to be swinging at that pitch. That's because Abreu has seen him now 2 times. This is his 3rd time through the order. And he knows that that pitch has got some good movement away, and he's patient. He wants his pitch.
Popped him up. Wow. Cahill just getting out of jam. He got out of a jam in the first inning, and now 2/3 are out of a jam here in the 6th inning.
And Bobby just missed his pitch. That's the one he wanted. He wanted one in, trying to leave the dance floor here at the Big A, but he just got under it a little bit too much. Suzuki setting up down, but see, he missed in, and Bobby just a little bit underneath.
So the Angels need a clutch 2-out base hit from Torrey Hunter. What a great series against Detroit. He has a 12-game hit streak going, batting .412 in that stand, and he is 0 for 2 in this one with a strikeout and ground out. Doesn't bite on a changeup low.
Hey, Torrey Hunter, he's looking for the mistake. He wants to drive him in. Clean base hit or tie it up.
A chopper to third. Kennedy comes in, flips to first, gets his man. The Angels threaten, but do not score. What a job by the kid. 21-year-old Trevor Cahill. Here's our Chevy American League standings. The Angels with a 4.5 game lead over Texas Rangers beat New York today 7-2. In the Central, the Tigers have the lead over the White Sox by 4 and over the Twins by 4.5. The Yankees up on the Red Sox by 6. And you see the wild card leading Boston Red Sox by just a game and a half over Texas. Rangers have to go to Fenway Park in September. They go to Minnesota next. Meantime, Matt Palmer comes out of the bullpen. He has pitched very well out of the pen, a 3.18 ERA in 17 relief appearances this year. He's 9-1. Every time he goes out there, you're thinking maybe this will be the night to get him his 10th win. Maybe he could be the Angels' Elroy Face. Pittsburgh Pirate reliever who won 18 and lost 1 year back in the late 1950s. Rajai Davis, first batter, and he flips it foul back to the screen.
You're going to see a lot of natural movement from out of Palmer. He's got a nice little sinker that comes into righties, and he's got a little cutter that goes into lefties. So he's got a little east-west movement. Nice overhand curve. Ooh.
That'll go back to the screen.
He pulled that one a little.
The Angels' Irvin Santana, with his 4th straight quality start, gave up 2 runs on 8 hits in 6 innings, but cannot get the victory. And Socha has seen Irvin Santana going 10-1 against this Athletics team in his career.
So Palmer just wants to hold him until hopefully they can ignite that offense against Trevor Cahill, who's done a fabulous job of mixing his pitches well, holding down a very strong offense. Even though, like Fizz said, the last few games they've run into a little bit of a slump as far as hitting with runners in scoring position, but still you have to credit Detroit Tigers defense for the 2 wins they took out of here. in the previous series, their defense robbed a lot of Angels. So the Angels got a little taste of their own medicine and are being humbled a little bit.
The Angels need better starts. I mean, Santana was good tonight, but John Lackey, Jared Weaver, Joe Saunders gave up 12 runs in 16 and a third innings in that Detroit series. We told you the starting pitchers only have 10 quality starts since the All-Star break, and John Lackey has half of those.
But there's their guy right there, Sando. Looked great yesterday, and he's going to be a huge factor down the way.
Palmer covers. They get there in time to get the speedy Rajai Davis.
Palmer knew he had to get over there quickly.
Hey fans, Angels Baseball wants to give you a chance to sit in the Chevy Suite seats located on the field next to third base and a chance to win the all-new Chevy Camaro. Text Camaro to 31826 or go to angelsbaseball.com/Camaro for details and official rules. Standard text rates apply. Chevy, the official ride of Angels Baseball. There's a look at the Chevy Suite seats.
Yeah. You know what's in front of you there? Nothing but Angel Stadium field and beautiful dirt.
Kurt Suzuki. Takes one right back up the middle as Turris gives it to Ibar. Oh my goodness, what a play!
Shock the house. Cheese and crackers, and while you're at it and eating them, call the cops. It's unbelievable. Meiser not only robbed a knock, but he says, look, I'm a little bit slow getting up. Why don't you take it, Eric? Unbelievable. Look at these two guys. We talked about them before the game, how marvelous they are working together. Out. Suzuki in his hometown gets nailed by some nifty work up the middle by his Sturris and Ibar. Man, was that a beauty.
Look at the Exmo. Absolutely incredible.
I don't know if I'll be able to sit down the rest of the game. Palmer. Oh, he thought that was enough. Matter of fact, he ducked. He thought that was coming at him.
As Chuck Finley would say, HUD can't breathe.
I can't. Because that kind of defense we've seen all year, but not to that extreme.
That's the kind of defense that will take your breath away. A wow play by the Angels keystone of Meiser Turris and Eric Ibar.
They're the good hands people.
Palmer gets the two-seamer in there. It is a 2-1, 2-2 count.
So now Kurt Suzuki got robbed earlier by Torrey Hunter in center field. And you know, that might have been a homer. It's still a little bit questionable whether Torrey brought that back or not. That's why it was a borderliner at the wall in center. But he gets robbed again.
Good defense by the Angels tonight. It's 3 fine plays.
Oh, man, Palmer. 3-2. Go ahead and just keep her down. Let him hit it. Anywhere in the infield. It's Sturris. Smooth as silk. Ibar with the cannons. He helped him. Now, if Meiser comes to his feet and throws, it's not likely he's going to be able to get him. But he quickly and alertly saw Ibar standing there, and why not just shovel that over? And the infielder's glove is really small.
Right to his bare hand.
Well, it's really small. See, it's a small glove, so they can do wizardry like that. That's beautiful.
Morales will take it himself. Angel fans applaud. Fine defense here in the 7th inning. Let's take a look at the brilliance again by Meiser Turris and Eric Ibar.
Oh, my. I thought we've seen it all out of these guys. Look at Palmer. He says, man, it was that nice watching. Way to go, boys. All right, now get him some
A wow play by M&E, Meiser, and Eric. And the Angels still in it, trailing 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Bailed out Matt Palmer there. One more time.
And we'll see that play on highlight reels for years to come. And I mentioned going out that is a momentum changer. That kind of play. We'll see. Cahill, he's really done a great job, only allowing the Angels, the best offensive team in the American League from an average standpoint, just 2 hits.
Just tremendous pitch efficiency in this game. The most pitch he's thrown in any one inning was 19, and that was in the first when he walked 2 batters. The Angels will face Brett Tomko tomorrow night, and they need a big lift by their rookie, Trevor Bell. Then Mazzaro goes Saturday, Jared Weaver for the Angels. Sunday, it's Brett Anderson against John Lackey. Vladimir Guerrero has one of only 2 hits off of Cahill tonight. He had a broken bat single, and Jeff Mathis had a booming double. Here's a swing and a drive to left center field. Racing over Scott Hairston. Will he get there? Yes, he does. Fine sliding catch.
Oh, that's a good read. Now, Vladdy didn't quite barrel it up. Jammed him a little. But Harrison, he knew exactly where he was, and he knew where center fielder Rajai Davis was.
Tell you, if you got the young pitching that can grow up like Cahill and Anderson and Mazzaro and Gonzalez, they could be good in a hurry.
So, you know, he's been getting away with the sinker down, and Angel hitters have been trying to pull it. When you try to pull a sinker, you get a lot of grounders. They hit a lot of them. It's like Rivera, he's pulling out just a little. Front shoulder's leaking some. He's jumping just a tad. 2 ground outs.
Ground out to third as Kennedy throws out Juan Rivera. Very quickly, 2 gone here in inning number 7. If you're traveling and can't watch your Angels on Fox Sports West or KCOP, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv. This is the ultimate baseball experience, featuring 100 out-of-market games per week live on your computer, and catch those you missed on demand. For more details, visit angelsbaseball.com, where baseball is always on. Beautiful family watching this ball game at the Big A. Another great crowd as we had a wonderful ceremony honoring Chuck Finley and Brian Downing, welcoming them to the Angels Hall of Fame. Finley with the club from 86 through 99, a 4-time All-Star, and holds the club record in wins with 165. And when Downing left the ball club, he was the career leader in just about everything. I mean, in games, at bats, runs, hits, total bases, doubles, home runs, RBIs, he was like a machine. Cahill misses outside. 3 balls, no strikes to Kendry Morales.
You look up at the scoreboard and see how many total pitches for Cahill. That's 96, and the Angels are probably saying, man, we got to get this guy out because we can't take care of him. We've had a couple of nibbles on him, and we've had a couple guys in scoring position, just like last inning with the leadoff double by Mathis. Figgy got him over, and then he popped up and grounded out the next 2 hitters, trying to pull the sinker again.
3 up, 3 down. Cahill's best performance of the year. 7 innings of 2-hit baseball.
Woo!
couple of the 43,139 tonight who are here to honor Chuck Finley and Brian Downing, and then hopefully see their Angels knock off the Athletics. But they have seen Trevor Cahill throw a masterpiece, his best pitching performance of the year. He came in at 6-12, 4.86 ERA, and he is looking like John Drysdale.
You know, the anthem singer tonight was Sabrina Lentini. Okay, the 11-year-old did a great job, and she also sang the 7th inning stretch. But you know, her great uncle was Bill Lentini, who signed Brian Downing to the White Sox way back when. So interesting tie the Angels have tonight with the singer.
Line drive caught by Sean Piggins. Hairston is the first out of the 8th inning. Let's check the buy.com American League West standings, because the Angels right now in first place, but if they don't come back, it'll be just 4 games. Remember, New York lost to the Texas Rangers today 7-2 as Ian Kinsler hit 2 home runs, and the Rangers bullpen outstanding, 5 1/3 shutout innings. They go to Minnesota next. Dodgers won today 3-2. Vicente Padilla in his first start as a Dodger got the win. There's a fastball in there. And here is Ryan Sweeney. He has a chance for a cycle with a double. Phillips, Blowers. I didn't know Blowers had done it with the A's. How about that?
Tony Phillips in '86 did it against the Baltimore Orioles in Memorial Stadium. I was there. It's the first one I'd ever seen in person.
I remember Eric Burns doing it. He was flying all over the bases. Ground ball, second base as Turris eats it up, and Sweeney is the second out. Palmer 5 up, 5 down.
Here's I got to give a quick shout out to Kathy Worcester. Kathy just had a surgical procedure, and she's listening to our game tonight. And Kathy, we hope you're feeling better and recover quickly. And I know you'll feel better if the Angels can scratch a couple runs and tie it up and maybe send this on to extra, or even get 3 and go ahead. But Kathy, get better.
Get well soon. We're in the 8th inning. Hopefully, Kathy, the Angels will give you a few runs. Mark Ellis, the batter, he's lined out, walked, and robbed of a hit. Fine play by Eric Ibar with the infield drawn in. Eric fielded it, held the runner at third. Now Eric is going to take care of Mark Ellis again. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom 8 we go. Angels need some runs. Meiser will lead it off when we come back. Oakland has a 2-0 lead over the Angels, but good news for the Angels. No more Trevor Cahill. He is done. 7 innings, 2 hits allowed, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Some might say he's not even at 100 pitches. But, Rex, they have to take care of this young man. He rarely is He's never gone in his past over 150 innings in a season, and he's well over that this year.
Yeah, there's no chance they're going to leave him in and take a chance with that youngster, and they shouldn't. Oakland's not going anywhere this year.
And they're bringing in a fine setup guy in Michael Wirtz. He has a 6-1 record this year, and 3.23 earned run average. Facing Meiser as Turris, and he gets a fastball across strike one.
His fastball is going to go anywhere from 87 to 93. His slider is lights out. Very good pitch. That's his out pitch. Tries to get ahead with the fastball.
Meiser as Turris sends it to center field where Rajay Davis is, and there is out number one.
We got to go back and visit this play. Look at Palmer. He ducks. That ball's hit right over to him. Misturis out of nowhere dives, flips the ball to Ibar for a highlight reel for the ages. Sweet.
A wow play by Meiser as Turris and Eric Ibar, and now Ibar with one out trying to start a rally against Michael Wirtz and the Athletics. Wirtz has been phenomenal this year, by far his best season in his entire career. 90 strikeouts in 61 and a third innings.
It's largely with his slider as an out pitch. Now that was a changeup there. He's going to show it. He likes to throw it to lefties.
Ibar trying to dump it to center field, but nope, stays up for Rajay Davis, and very quickly 2 outs in the bottom half of the 8th.
Now, the Angels are smart. They'll look for that first pitch fastball and try to jump on it before they get to his secondary pitches. He's been throwing now the first 2 batters. First pitch strikes 90 miles an hour right down the middle.
So they'll bring on Mike Napoli to pinch hit for Jeff Mathis, and maybe he'll go after that first pitch fastball before he gets the slider.
Pinch hitting, it's advisable. Hey, because you're coming in cold, you want to get in the game right away and gauge your swing on his pitch. Napoli 0 for 3 as a pinch hitter for Mike Scioscia this season.
First pitch slider, swung on and missed.
It's okay, he's in the game. He took a chance on a first pitch fastball, but he went with that slider. Talked about the good depth it has. You go that 79 to 85.
Comes back with a fastball, catches the outside corner, and right now the Angels at the mercy of Michael Wirtz. 6'3", 205, 30 years of age. In his 5th big league season, he finally found it. Slider taken by Napoli. It's a 1-2 count. He has struck out 50 batters over his last 27 games, and that's in 30 and 2/3 innings. That's averaging almost 15 strikeouts per 9 innings, unheard of. Wow, great stuff. I wonder if they'll keep him on for the 9th. They should. He's that good.
A's have pulled out some pitching from the Halos in game 1.
America's largest mobile-to-mobile calling family. And by flexyourpower.org. Save money, save energy. Tips at flexyourpower.org. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler with you. A look at the team store, some of the items you can receive. You can be Sean Figgins or John Lackey or Howie Kendrick. Here at the ballpark, the Angels hoping to get some offense in the bottom half of the ninth and hoping to keep Oakland quiet in the top half of the ninth. Well, great job thus far by Matt Palmer and the bullpen. The Angels bullpen has pitched a lot recently. This will be their 55th inning in their last 14 games. That's averaging almost 4 innings per contest. The Angels need their starters to go deeper. Santana gave him 6. There's a ground ball short. Ibar one-hands it. 1 out. And how about this, Rex? The last time the Angels started had a 1-2-3 clean inning. It was Joe Saunders in the 3rd inning yesterday. But they have only 2 1-2-3 innings. They're starting pitching this homestand. 4 games.
Well, just going to have to take a little bit more focus, a little bit more meetings with Butchie, and kind of work through some things.
Oakland leads 2-0 on a Ryan Sweeney home run in the 2nd. Then Sweeney tripled in the 6th and scored on Derek Barton's base hit. The Angels offense, they gave up 2 runs. They win about 90% of those, but starting pitcher Cahill and Michael Wirtz in the 8th have been pretty much it. 2 quick outs. Ryan Sweeney offensively having a terrific start.
Well, the team ERA of 5.58 is the highest of any month this season for the Angels staff. So they've been struggling this month, no question about it. Pitchers have given up 38 home runs in 24 games this month.
Good curveball to start Adam Kennedy in the 9th, but terrific job by Matt Palmer tonight. The Angels trying to rest some of their arms like Kevin Jepson and Brian Fuentes, although Brian hasn't pitched that month. Finally got a save last night, and for Brian it was number 36, tying him with Mariano Rivera for most in the American League. Fastball in there.
So they'll most likely go with Andrew Bailey as their closer. Wirtz did his job as a setup man. Even though he looked good, he easily could go this next inning. But this kid here, he's 7 for 7 this month in saves. Doing a great job.
But I'm wondering, was it Bailey who was on the mound when Bobby Abreu hit the home run to win the ball game for John Lackey earlier this year?
Yeah, I think they got to
Bailey.
They got to him once this year.
It was Bailey. I'm looking back in my scorebook, and that was back on July 19th. Bobby Abreu broke up the perfect game by Brett Anderson, and then hit a second pitch fastball home run to beat Bailey in Oakland.
So Lewis Wolf, he's the owner and managing partner for the Oakland A's. You know, he still has a vision of a new ballpark for them in Oakland. And he's hoping that they can get one in place by 2013. Because all these young pitchers will be mature pitchers then, and hopefully a contender to help bring that stadium in.
They've tried Fremont. They've tried Santa Clara. Come up empty there. Are they still now thinking about doing it in the parking lot near the Oakland Coliseum?
There's a few different spots out there that's still up. And, you know, Lewis Wolf, he's outstanding. And also, we had him on our broadcast last year. And he's a big fan of Artie Moreno and what the Angels are doing.
Matt Palmer, 3 perfect innings. Outstanding job. When we come back, we'll see Figgins, Abreu, Hunter, the top of the order coming up against Mr. Bailey. did salvage a victory yesterday, 4-2 over the Detroit Tigers. But if the Angels are shut out, it will be the 4th time this year. And all 4 are by American League West teams. 2 by Texas, 1 by Seattle, 1 by Oakland. It's interesting because the Angels are only 15 and 19 this year within their division. And they're facing the kid Andrew Bailey, who became the 6th Oakland rookie to be named to the American League All-Star team, but did not pitch in the game. Still, he has had a terrific season, going 6-3 with a 1.96 earned run average.
Remember, he's out of Double-A, another young closer. Fastball, cut fastball. Those are his 2 main pitches. He's got a pretty good curve, but mainly he throws them hard, right in there, about 96 miles an hour.
He has not blown a save in 2 months. 13 save opportunities perfect dating back to June 17th. And he's dealing strikes, and a curveball struck to second. Figgins is out, 1 down in the 9th.
Very interesting you did say that. It is interesting that the Angels in their own division have scuffled. Now they have a winning record against every other division. Winning record at home, on the road. Against the East, they're 24-12. The Central, they're 22-15. And in interleague play, they were 14-4. Against National League teams, that was the best mark in baseball in interleague.
Well, a lot of fans might say, well, that's not good, is it? Well, in 2006, the St. Louis Cardinals had a losing record within their division, and they became world champions.
Right, so it's really not that important.
Just getting hot at the right time. Wirtz against, or excuse me, Bailey against Abreu. Wirtz with a 1-2-3 8th inning. The Angels with only 2 hits tonight. 1 by Vlad Guerrero, a single, and a double by Jeff Mathis.
You know, coming into tonight, the Angels were just off of their 100-win pace by 2 games of last year. Okay, they won 100 last year. It was a great season. 162 was their record. So they're not too far behind that. It's not too shabby. They're running into a little bump in the road right now, and now's the best time to have a little bump if you're going to have one. Still a long way to go. September's going to be a real hot month for the Angels, and they hope.
To first base, foul ball. We'll try it again at 1-2. Cahill got the start. He pitched beautifully, allowing no runs in 7 innings and 2 hits. Urban Santana, quality game, gave up just 2 runs in 6 innings. His 4th straight quality start, but he could be losing his first game in the month of August after winning 4 decisions. Rally monkey out. Not a confident look on that monkey. There was a nod. Oh, baby. That was close.
Well, you have a reputation like Abreu has. Umpires, they're going to favor to Abreu a lot.
Haley's got that hammer. He comes with the fastball. Good location, too far in, and Abreu had to pull it foul, so it just stays at 2-2. Oakland was swept by Seattle recently. Lost yesterday 5-3. Threw a lot of rookies at the Angels in this series. 3 starting pitchers. Three and 2. They've got a rookie Mazzaro going Saturday and a rookie Anderson going Sunday. The Angels countering with their own rookie tomorrow night, Trevor Bell, and he'll face a veteran from Southern California, Brett Tomko. In the air, left center, backing up the left fielder Hairston, 2 outs.
The Angels needed him to get on base there for a home run potential threat to tie up, but they're not done. They have seen some really good pitching, just 2 hits. And what's interesting, you said this would be just the 4th shutout this year. The Angels and the other ones were all against AL West teams.
2 by Texas, 1 by Seattle, 1 by Oakland. If Oakland gets it tonight. Hunter bunting his way on, picked up by the pitcher, got no chance. Base hit for Torrey with 2 out.
And Bailey's limping.
And Bailey is limping.
Wow, So Torrey's a smart player. He knew that all he needs a base runner on to bring Vladdy up and some more power behind him. So he went ahead and dropped the bunt down, and it was a beauty, too. Bailey did a good job of not trying to pick it up and throw him out, or he would have hurt himself worse. So now Bob Guerin's going to come out. They saw the body language by Bailey, the young kid, saying he might have twisted his ankle somewhere, and on our replay, we'll try to find it for you. Okay, good bunt. Let's see. He steps down. Looks like he's holding. He's favoring his left foot. I didn't see a twist of an ankle or anything. Therefore, it might tell me it could be a muscle. Could be a muscle somewhere in that leg.
Well, right now, Hud, did you see the way he moved his hip? That's his right hip.
Right, could be something going on there. We didn't see any twist of ankle. And
this is all right.
Guerin's going to leave him in.
Meantime, Torrey Hunter now continues his hit streak. It's at 13 games. That's a season high. Angels, though, more importantly, with a chance. Vlad Guerrero's coming up. Muscle one out, brand new ball game. Vladdy's got 11 this year and looking for his first big fly of this homestand. Why not now? Vladdy pointing the way. Hunter will take second base.
Okay, good spot. McClellan didn't give it to him. Angel fans, they still believe.
Ooh, he had a rip. And Bailey gave him a good pitch to drive at 96 right down Catella Avenue.
I think that helmet Vladdy's wearing doesn't have a lot of pine tar on it. Let's look at the sunflower seed stuck to the side of his head.
Hopefully they're the lucky seeds. Angel fans doing that wave from the movie. That's up the middle, but it hits off the mound right to Ellis and ends the ball game.
Not tonight for the Angels, and a well-pitched ball game by the Oakland A's three pitchers. Good job. They need to be credited heavily for that, to hold down and shut out for just the fourth time. One of the best offenses in baseball.
Great job by Trevor Kay, who wins the ball game for 7 shutout innings, and he moves his record to 7-12 for Irvin Santana.